Hey, it's Tom here. Good news. We're opening up our one-to-one platinum mentoring program when we have 2 spots available right now. So if you're looking for a mentor to give you the guidance, support, accountability, and all of the systems to ensure you're going to make 6 figures in the next 12 months, even if you're a complete beginner, you have no prior experience, and you don't have any good technical skills, you want to go to ltsmentor.com. That's ltsmentor.com. You're going to fill in a short application and you're going to book a call so you can speak to myself and the team. So go to ltsmentor.com to apply now.
Hello and welcome back to the Launch 6 podcast. You're here with me, Tomash, and Tom. And in this episode, we're going to be chatting to you about something that maybe you don't always like. We don't always like them, but they happen. And that is those bad days. And that could be bad days personally. That could be bad days in business. But let's face it, these days happen for whatever reason. And sometimes it can be the trigger that stops you, sort of, gives up on things, makes you stop and go, do you know what? I'm fed up. And do you know what? I don't want to continue with this. And, this happens to everybody. I know it's a bit of a rambling start, but it is something that does impact us all, whether it be on a more minor or more major level. Tom, where do we start with this? Because I think this is something that is quite typical amongst entrepreneurs. I think this is typical amongst most people, to be honest. Yeah, it is something that happens, and we want to sort of discuss that a bit further.
For sure. I would say for everyone listening, I would say the first thing is obviously it's normal to have down days and bad days, especially, because business is not separate to your life, right? It's enclosed, the business is enclosed within your life. So that's normal. I would say to don't feel it's just you that's going through that bad day. And as an entrepreneur, the dynamic of an entrepreneur is you should always be positive. And that's just very, very silly. It's very, very silly because
it's not human, is it?
It's not human. It's silly. It makes no sense because it's like saying every time I turn the tap on, it should always be hot or it should always be cold. There's polarity in life. And I think the more you own the polarity, you own the identity. So it's all about identity. And it's also knowing, this too shall pass as well, is a very powerful quote I've used over the years.
Yeah.
And still use to this day because then it puts things into a perspective. But I think, just to keep this podcast to the point, guys, like, we've got a lot of stuff on mindset and stuff like that, but it's natural. It's coming. So expect them. So if a lot of law of attraction in the positive thought world is always be positive, always make sure your mind is perfect and you're always thinking of good things. Yes, your default energy and your default thinking should be leaning towards the positive, obviously. But if you have an expectation of perfection, which I've had from my own experience, where you should always be on, so you should always be positive and you should always feel happy, then what will happen is when them days come where you don't feel happy, you're going to judge yourself and you're going to have too much pressure. So sometimes positivity is the feeling of pressure to be positive, which is actually counteracts the whole intention of being positive. Sometimes you just got to go, I don't feel that good. I'm going to get what I need to do done, or I'm going to take a day off and then get back on it tomorrow. And that's just normal. I mean, whoever says they don't have that, it's just lying. It's not true, because when you meet mentors or you meet people you look up to, they're very, very human, because they are human. So you've got to get out of that shiny. I know people say, well, no, I need to be a guru. I need to be up there and to be shiny and I'm perfect. But everyone, it's not the reality. It's just not the reality. When you meet people that you see on YouTube or online, they're probably even more normal than you. They're very normal, and they're not always going to be up and down, and they're just going to be normal. But they're very, very good at certain elements of life.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few lessons.
Harrison is a big one. That's what I'm trying to say there. comparisons.
Yeah. Oh, comparison is a huge one. I mean, there's quite a few lessons that I personally found. I mean, obviously the element of positivity and that expectation of constant positivity. Yes, I mean, a positive mindset is hugely important. And when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. It's very important. But that expectation, and this goes for anything, that expectation will lead you to be disappointed at some point. And some of the biggest lessons that I've had personally with you have that bad day, and I always love, I think it's Jim Carrey said this, but I love this: life happens for you, not to you. You need to focus on the elements you can control and the ability to let go of the things you can't control. So there is an element of damage control versus actual complete control, because you will never have complete control. Bad days will happen. There will be days when your car's blown up, your loved ones are really angry at you, and whatever. These bad days will happen. A deal will fall through. Your bank will get whatever it is. But then it's one is the ability of damage control and looking at it very logically, and allowing, if there is emotion, the ability to acknowledge it and then to move forwards, not to bottle it up. But then, like I say, focusing on the things that you can control and what it is that logically you have to do to just get through the day. And then the other side of it is, once you're through that day, life always goes forwards. Life, will always move forwards. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And then to be able to, on that other side, then reset. You've hit the end of that day. You've gone to bed. Let's just learn what's happened. Let's reflect. That's why we talk about journaling quite a lot, and setting up for the next day. A failure to plan is a plan to fail. And then ultimately being able to hit a day afresh. Because I think, I mean, I don't know about you, but I years back, I used to have one thing would happen in one day, and that'd be a bad week.
Yeah.
My God,
you're emotional. You're too emotional.
Exactly. And then
it's a small thing probably too, right?
Exactly. We have 52 weeks in the year. I mean, we live 80, 84, 85, 90 years on average. What's that? How many weeks is that roughly? My maths is going to drop out of my head.
It's a lot of weeks.
It's a lot of weeks, isn't it? Let me think. So I don't know, 48,000 whatever weeks. That's incorrect, isn't it? But yeah, anybody who's got better maths than me, do tell me. So roughly 4,420 weeks you've got. So why waste that time feeling negative? So, bad days will happen. I think that's something that we're really keen to sort of press home. That will happen.
It's looking at the big picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looking at that perspective.
Exactly. Look at the bigger picture. I think a lot of people suffer with perfectionism, and therefore a bad day can be a day that just simply didn't go to plan, which, that's not a bad day in certain regards.
You've got to look at problems as this is something I did way back, I think, when I first started entrepreneurship, and this whole journey of growing as a human is you have to look at problems, because problems are judgments, as challenges, and they're challenges as little gifts to build your character. So you're going to come out of it, because a lot of people that do great, brilliant things, a lot of people are amazed by them, because they're like, how do they have this? Probably because they've gone through more things. They've developed a character that is very, I don't know what to call it. I don't know the right word, but it's
resilient.
It's a resilient character in it, and it's something it's a very beautiful character. Yeah. Certain people have, like anyone that you're inspired by, and everyone can have that, but it has to be developed. It can't be bought, and it can't be practiced. It really has to be developed through getting over the hard times. I don't think you can develop it by reading books. I think you have to go through real life experiences. When people say you can't trade, you can't trade, I don't know what the quote is, but they're trying to say experiences are what give them the lessons. The best mentors is time and experience. And absolutely. I mean, that's just the truth. And a lot of people, though, they fail because they let it destroy them.
Absolutely.
They allow it to destroy their character that they're
Yeah.
building, and they don't allow it to build them. The key
Yeah, there
is
was-
to build you.
There was a good quote which I remember hearing, and I think this is from a multi-level marketer actually. But he said that you can judge the size of insert your name here. So judge the size of Tomasz by the size of the problem that gets him down, and I love that. So I mean, just to wrap up, guys, because we're these are very raw episodes, but we greatly enjoy putting them together for you. You know, accept the fact that bad days will happen. This is inevitable. These times will come, and ultimately what it comes down to is then damage control, understanding what you can control and going through it, and then ultimately being able to then move forwards, jump forwards, not allow it then to drag on and ruin that week. It is ultimately about being able to move forwards and that focus and seeing the bigger picture. What are your big goals, and what is the impact towards them, and moving forwards, and then reflect, acknowledge, and go forwards. But
100%. I'll leave them with
yeah.
a quote. I love that Tony, good old TR, big Tony Robbins. He said something really good. He goes, trade expectations for appreciation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Instead of always expecting, be grateful, because when you let go of the expectation, when you're gonna get it anyway. So whatever's going to happen through your actions, you're going to either get or you're not going to get. Expectation always makes you feel horrible. I don't know anyone that ever said having expectation made them feel good. I've never met anyone. But appreciation, yeah. We can, that could be another couple of episodes we do in the future, but yeah, I would say that's it, guys. Keep going, reach out to people. You're not alone, and you'll get through it.
Hey guys, it's Tomasz. We hope you guys have enjoyed the episode as much as we've loved putting it together for you. Please guys, do us a huge favor. Hit that love button, hit that subscribe button, and review us on Apple iTunes. We do read the comments. We want to improve our content and give you guys the best that we've got. Equally, the best comment, guys, we will shout you guys out, and we are giving out free courses. So guys, please come hit that love button, leave us a review, and we'll catch you on the next podcast, guys. All the best. Take care.